Hi there, friends and family. I'm Steve Klein, and welcome to Images in Motion, where I teach you the skills for photo and video restoration from the comfort of your own computer or laptop, and I may just throw a story or two in along the way. We also talk about the most cutting-edge tools and techniques for photo enhancement that you can be using today, such as AI and other tools that are at your disposal either on smartphones or other devices, so that you can share all of these wonderful memories with your loved ones for years to come. So if you're interested in these things, then consider subscribing to this channel and hitting the bell notification so that you're alerted on any new videos that come up. All right, let's get into this. Today we're going to take some more photos from this and enhance them. This is the album where I have some of my scenic photos of Mount Hood National Forest, along with some of the rivers. And today we're going to go over some of the rivers and how to enhance those old 1970s and 1980s photos of yesteryear and bring them back into life and giving them an HD look almost, at least as close as we can. So if you're interested in that, stick around as we now go to my den where we're going to go and finish the rest of this, and I'll show you exactly how I'm going to restore these old photos. Hey there, we're in my den now and we're going to go and look at this photo. This is the river photo number 3 that we're going to take a look at right now. And here it is. As you can see right here, there's some corner. We got to fix this corner up here and over to the upper, what's that, the right hand side up there? Yeah, up there. And then down here. And you see it's all red here on this. So there's this little red tint here, and it might have just been some overexposure from back in the day. So we're going to go ahead and take care of that. And this photo overall is kind of blurry. So it may not be that we can resolve a lot of this stuff here in the water down below, but we're going to do our best to accommodate it. So first, what we're going to do is bring it into Photoshop. So we're going to do that right now. Oh, and by the way, before I do, we can also do it in the Windows Photo. We can do some adjustments, but it's not going to be as good as we could get in Photoshop. You know, we can brighten it, we can mess around with the exposure here, we can do the contrast, but there's just so much going on here that I'm just not comfortable with. See, like right now I can take the saturation off, but then you just lose everything. So I'm going to cancel this and we're going to bring it up in Photoshop. All right, so here we are. We are in Photoshop. So first thing I like to do is take a look at this, the healing tool right over here. And we want to do spot healing with the brush. Oops, wrong one. Right here. Spot healing with the brush. Right at the top. Yeah. And right now it's really super small, like a 7 pixel. So I'm going to move it up to about 28. Yeah, let's go a little bit here. 45. Okay, yeah, that looks a bit right. Whoops. So what I want to do is see this corner here. I'm just going to left click, highlight this like I'm painting it, let go, and there you go. Voila. What that's doing is, again, is it looks at the surrounding picture and tries to fill it in based on what it's seeing. So we're going to go ahead and do the same thing for this streak all the way down. There's a little bit of a anomaly here in the photo, and that just might be from being in the photo album for so many years. There's also this, I don't know if you guys can notice that. Let me bring the brush really big to accommodate this whole area here. Let's see if I can get this to look a little bit better. Actually, let me see, undo. Redo. Oh yeah, that does look better. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to just do that. We can also clean up a little bit. I want to see this. There's a little bit of on the lower left here, a little bit of a pixel there. That could have been a natural thing. Oh, and here, right here, that could be natural too, but it looks a little off. So now that we've used a healing brush on that, I want to go to Images and Adjustments, and now I want to adjust the curve. The exposure curve. So again, I don't want to, yeah, there we go. I want to get those shadows a little bit darker. Okay, so now the only thing that I don't like is this river, how it's super, super bright. So we're going to try and tone that down. Whoops. Oh, look at that. Okay, so I use the auto tone. A lot of times that doesn't work, but I just accidentally select it. And so I was going to try this anyway, but if we do the auto tone, notice how it just brought down this red hue that's in the picture, and it brought it back to more natural. Now we have the natural greens, almost even the natural river look. This is overexposed though, so it's really hard to see. So now that we've done that, so we've done the tone, auto tone, we've done the bevel curves. Let's do the exposure right now. So what we want to do is bring down the exposure. And I don't like that too much. I think actually I like to leave it like it was. Let me go there one more time. Oh, I know what I want to do. I want to go to the adjustments and then brightness and contrast. So let's look at that right here. So brightness, there's not much we can do in the brightness. We can tone it down, but then the whole picture looks dark. Same with the contrast. So I'm not going to even do anything with the contrast. I want to go back and look at the exposure. I want to go and look at the what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to oh, they're HDR toning. That's interesting. The HDR toning gives us a lot of variations and a lot of variables that we can play with. I just don't know if I want to do it for this one because it's really an old photo, and I'm not sure if I'm getting a lot of the. Well, it's actually bringing back quite a bit. I'm surprised. The problem with this though is that we want to bring. See, I'm trying to bring the shadows down a little bit, and then the highlights down because of that river being so bright. But if I do that, it doesn't. We lose some of the vibrancy in the whole photo. They up the saturation on this one. I don't really like what I'm seeing on this one, so I'm probably going to turn this off. Okay, so now I'm back to where it was auto-toned. It's almost sound like auto-tuned, doesn't it? Shadows and highlights, there we go. So right now I'm bringing the shadows up just a hair, probably like there. The highlights, there we go. So I'm trying to tone down the highlights. It's doing the opposite effect on here because it's just what it's doing. So yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing here. That's a lot different. Let's try this. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to try and adjust the color. The auto color did not work, so I'm undoing that. I'm going to the adjustment layer and I'm going down to the color balance. There we go. All right, so I still want to get rid of that. I could get rid of that, but you notice that I'm going to lose some of the water in there, and I don't know if I like that. It's going to take some of the vibrancy away from it. And it is an old photo, so I do want to maintain some sort of sense of normalcy. Let me do the curve one more time because I want to try and get this a little bit darker on the darks. So you see what I'm doing here. I'm bringing in that lower band. Oops. It's a little bit easier to visualize it in this tool. I've always found over the years, just a hair. You gotta be very careful with this because you can easily mess with the layers. Okay, I'm liking that. It's not the best, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this. And we're going to call this. Okay, so now I'm going to export this. and I'm going to export as a JPEG, and we're going to do, okay, so now I want to look at them both side by side. Okay, so the one on the left is the original, and the one on the right is the more enhanced one that we just did. As you notice, we brought back the look at the water. This is amazing. The white ripples of the rapids of this water. I think that's something we should leave in there, because that way it gives it more of a natural look. And this little blue hue here, I hardly did anything to bring that back because there was a lot of reflection. The light was at us, so it's not the best picture to work with. But overall, I'm really happy with the result of this. So if we go again, before, and notice, remember we had those corners of the edge, and after. Before, after. Before, after. Before, after. Before, after. Okay, so I really like after. Actually, let me show you what it looks like without me in it. So before, after. Before, after. Before, after. All right. So this to me looks good. But I thought, what if we could enhance it even more? Now there's some AI tools that would be able to even bring out more of the detail. I'm not sure about old 110 pocket cameras, but the problem we have is when we took this photo of a photo, we used our iPhone, at least I use my iPhone, and what that'll do is it confuses some of the upscalers because it already thinks it's upscaled, and it hardly brings back any details. So we actually will have to downscale this if we want to re-upscale it and bring back some of the details. I'm not sure if we're going to get any more of the details that are already in this photo, but let's try it. So the first thing we do is we have to go back to Photoshop, okay, and then we're going to resize it. Now right now it's 3400. So right now it's 3448 pixels by 2730 pixels. So we want to bring that down to about not even 50%, but 25%. So it's really, this is more matches what probably the original was, and maybe that might even be generous. So we're going to bring that back. I'm going to click OK. Now look how small it made it. So I can bring this back up. Okay, so now we have it pixelated. It looks actually good for the day, right? I mean, this photo is a 110 pocket camera, not 35mm, 110, very low quality. So what we're going to do is I'm going to save this. Okay, so now I'm going to export this, and we're going to use the JPEG, highest maximum quality. There we go. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to run it through Gigapixel. So now I'm going to run it through the Topaz Gigapixel and see what that does. So let's launch that now. Okay, so I have the Topaz Gigapixel upscaler here. All right, so I have the Topaz Gigapixel upscaler here, the AI enhancer. I'm going to go with the low resolution quality that I had, and there it is. Now if you notice, it brings this window up in the upper right hand side, and that's just to show you kind of a representation of what it is. But the cool thing is it has, I could probably come out and zoom out because this is a low res quality. This slider will show you what it's trying to do. So I'm going to bring it over here. That's actually not too bad. It's actually enhanced it quite a bit considering the low quality and the fact that it's blurry. So if I bring this picture, by the way, is so small that I can bring it up here and it should give me a preview. Now there's different settings here. There's standard, line. Right now it's on art. There's also HQ, which normally is for photographs, and low resolution. I'm going to put low resolution because this is a low resolution. So it's going to recalibrate and recalculate. Actually, I do like that. If I zoom in, let me zoom in on the rapids here. It's going to be as good as you can get it with. It just almost sharpened it up a little bit with the AI enhancer. So let me save that, and we're going to look and see the differences of that. going to go back to the original, and then I'm going to bring back this low resolution recalibrated with the gigapixel AI enhancer. Wait, that was edited too. I need to get back to. All right, let me. Okay, so now let me try that again. So here's the original, and here's the enhanced. Original, enhanced. That's not bad. It's actually not too bad. This one's the original. This one's the one we corrected with the, the paint tool in the in Photoshop. So again, from here to here, and then we went from here to here. Let me do that again. Here to here, and then to here. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave your comments in the comments section below, and I'd love to hear about them. If you liked this one here, or did you like the one where it was on number 2, where we just enhanced it with a Photoshop, or just like the original old school one with the red the red tint where it looked like it's been overexposed. I don't know. I actually think I like the AI enhanced one, but it almost has an artificial look. So I wouldn't even mind just the regular edited old school Photoshop. And it's funny to say, it's really funny to say old school Photoshop, because Photoshop just did a great job. This enhanced it and everything I wanted it to be. So again, let's see before and after. Before and after. Let's see the AI one. Before and after. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I think that's a keeper. All right, well, thanks for joining me on this session of Images in Motion. Stay tuned for our next one. We're going to go over another river photo from the past and try and enhance it and make sure that we can bring out those ripples again. And stay tuned for that. We'll see you in the next video.